So DJI have released today a new Fly app update 1.16.0 along with the release of the DJI Flip, of which that is in transit now, coming to the Nobby Green channel. So we've just got to wait a day or so for that to come, and then we'll have it here on the channel. Let's do this. So hello, welcome once again to the channel on this very fine day for once here in the UK, and we're out on location to do a Fly app update test. I just wanted to bring the forever awesome DJI Mini 4 Pro out, have a quick fly around and make sure that the app is stable, because I know you guys out there like to know whether it's stable or not before you update. Obviously, if you're going to buy the Flip, you're going to have to update it anyway, otherwise it won't work. So having a quick look through the menus as I always do, I will have a quick look at that, and then we'll get on with the flight test, and then we'll summarize it. So if you're new to the channel and you're unsure about updating with your RC2, it should auto-populate, as you can see just here, add support for the DJI Flip, as I've just said. What's fix certain known issues. You'll see a bit later on in the flight test whether there's any fixes for the problems we've been having over the last couple of weeks. As you can see just here, if we swipe down on the screen, you can see that it's downloading the latest Fly app update. Once it's completed, it will prompt you to install it. You just click the Install Now button, and that will then restart your RC2. And then once it's restarted, we'll be able to go through the menus and see exactly if there's any changes. So once it's updated and you come back to the main screen where you connect to your aircraft, the first thing that's different is you can see just here, they've actually grouped it now in the user interface. So you can just select whether it be the Air series, the Mini, the Neo or the Flip. And that's the only changes that we can see as far as the user interfaces go. So looking through the menus, as I always do, and it's always advisable to do this, as you can see there, 1.16.0 is the app version. It's always best to check your menu settings because things can change, especially when it's a Fly app update. Make sure that your return to home is set. Looking through the controls and the camera options, as you can see, nothing what I can find, unless any of you guys out there have spotted any differences, but I've been through this with a fine-tooth comb and can't find any differences whatsoever, other than the fact that the DJI Flip, there may be some new menus or some new features in there that obviously is not shown in the standard DJI Fly app. One thing I do recommend that you look at is the gain and expo tuning settings. If you've altered these settings in the past and you've tweaked it to how you like it to fly, then it's always best to come into here and make sure that the settings that you've set are exactly the same as they was before you did the update, for the simple reason it did change on one of my updates. Okay, on with the flight test. Let's get it up in the air, give it a fly around and see exactly what it's all about. Okay, so we've got the DJI Mini 4 in the air. We're just going to fly out a little bit. Not too far, just want to make sure that everything works as it should, as I like to do these tests for you guys out there, as I've just said, and make sure that everything works as it should. So we're in normal mode at the moment. Bring the gimbal down slightly. Just check that all the modes work as they should. Cine mode, sports mode, normal mode, there we go, sports mode. I think we can safely say that that works absolutely fine, no problem whatsoever. Yeah, 32 miles an hour. I think we can say that sports mode's working absolutely fine. Obviously there's no obstacle avoidance in sports mode, as you can see. So I'll just come back towards myself. I just want to check a few little things. I am going to test the rocket maneuver as well and make sure that that's still working as it should. So let's go into FocusTrack. I'll just select my car on Spotlight. Always like to do these little tests just to make sure that things are working as they should, and as we can see, that's working absolutely fine. It's to the right and up. Spotlight seems to be working absolutely spot on. So we'll stop that. It seemed to be picking up everything in Spotlight mode as it should be doing. You can see it's selecting, or it's highlighting the cars as they're going by. Right, okay, let's do a quick droney. Let's take Spotlight off. Let's get into QuickShots. We'll do a quick droney. Let's get it up to 120 feet. That'll do. Right.
3, 2, 1.
That's the quick shot mode in droney. We'll try that one. I'm going to get out the car and we'll try the rocket. I do like to do a return to home test as well, just to make sure that, like I say, everything works as it should. And that's worked absolutely spot on. Okay, we'll just cancel that. We'll come back out of there, go into video mode. We'll fly out for a short distance. No need to go too far. Just want to prove that return to home works as I do on these tests. Make sure things are working as they should. That's the Action 5 powering down. We don't need that at the moment. Okay, that'll do. I'll do fine. Right, let's do a quick return to home.
Return to home.
That seems to be doing everything it's supposed to be doing. As you saw earlier in the video when I went through the menus, nothing's actually changed for the standard DJI Fly app. Obviously when I get the Flip, we'll be able to see if there's any different options in the menus for that. I'm just going to cancel that out because that's absolutely working spot on. Right, I'm just going to pop out of the car. And I'm going to try the rocket because, as you know, we had a couple of issues with the rocket. So we'll just get out and we'll see if we're going to perform the rocket maneuver on me. Not much point doing it on the car because we know that worked absolutely fine. Okay, let's get it down on me. Now, as you know, when I tried the rocket, as I did before, I'll select me. We'll just leave it at 80 feet. And when we did this before, by selecting me, we had that error. So let's just see if that's made any difference with the new Fly app. I can't see it myself, but who knows. As you saw a couple of videos ago, I did it where quick shot complete. No, we've still got the same error when we select it using the FocusTrack. So obviously the Fly app hasn't altered anything whatsoever when selecting the myself using FocusTrack. So this time I'm just going to draw a box around on the floor as I did before. I'm going to step into that box and we'll do the same maneuver.
2, 1.
That should get a locator pin as it's on its way up. There he goes, right on my foot. I did that video last week, as you can see. There's a card just there if you want to watch it. And this is the sort of workaround, if you like.
The home point in 10 seconds.
So as you can see now, that's returning fine. There's been no gimbal tilt. And it's not gone up into the sky as it was doing before. So there we go. I think we'll wrap that one up. Let me go back into video and we'll go back into the car and we'll summarize it. So there you have it. That's the flight test complete. It flies absolutely fine. All the modes seem to be working right. I did try that rocket. As I said earlier, I did that video last week about the locator pin on the floor. Still seems to be an issue. Is it an issue, or is that the way that we do the rocket? So we've had a fly update. We haven't had an aircraft update for the Mini 4 Pro. So whether it is a firmware problem, it's certainly not a fly app problem, because we've just proved that point. Good friend of the channel, I was speaking to Gavin earlier, and we actually rolled the firmware back to an earlier version and the problem was still there. So knocking the firmware back to before the last firmware update had no difference whatsoever. It was still doing the same error. So there's a fly update. What can I say? It flies well. It's up to you if you want to install it. I don't see any problems with it at all. All the usual things that I normally come out and test work absolutely fine. So that wraps the video up. Hope you got something out of the video and found it useful, and if you have, as always, don't forget, give us the old thumbs up. And if you're new around here, why don't you consider subscribing, dinging the dong and all the rest of it that goes with it. I'm sure you know me by now. And in a couple of days time I will be testing the DJI Flip out. I have decided to buy it and we'll be reviewing it on the channel. So if that's something that you're interested in, then you might want to subscribe, and then you get notified as when those videos become available. As I've just said, if you're new around here, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and you might like to watch those couple of videos I've chosen for you over there, and if you do, I shall see you over there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.